Voltei, rapaziada. Essa música maravilhosa aí. Ué, esse barulho daqui mesmo? É.
All lies should be revealed.
May song bring us victory. Harmony and unison.
Heard the call. Serenity is before me. This mortal form. Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
A little honesty would do us good. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. Countless, thus our fates become one. All lies should be revealed. Is that fear I sense? So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Night. Souls shall embrace. Stars echo.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
I'll overcome the thorns.
Ih, não adicionei aqui não.
A moment of divine insight arises from enduring patience. Doubt farewell.
A little all lies should be revealed.
This mortal form. Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
Countless, thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Ah, porra. Olha isso, velho. Caralho.
A little honesty would do it. All lies should be revealed.
Mais um finalizado. Olha, ó, maravilha. Quem que é o próximo? Continua. Vai, vou testar essas duas aí. Eu não sei jogar com dano contínuo.
Some value existence is unity. Every petal all will be swept away by the wind. May the foul stench dissipate. Quit time to cleanse the filth. Ill tidings manifest.
Memories are ever. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss. Stand still. Time to say bye. Boom.
Allow me to purge the root of the truth. Burn everything in this world. It's bleeding. Be of your body and mind.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Eternal. Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Não sei jogar com essa porra. Não sei jogar com esse time, cara. Vou só fazer o padrão aqui mesmo.
Immerse yourself in it. Time to cleanse the filth. The truth.
Não sei pra que que aquelas florzinhas em cima da cabeça deles.
Bleeding.
Quer dizer, isso não é uma flor... É, tem uma florzinha ali, ó.
Ill fate descends.
Não sei pra que diabo é isso não.
Memories up beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
There's more to life.
Relax. Time to say bye. Boom.
Cara, por que esse time é tão... Não tô vendo nada demais nesse time. Por que esse time o pessoal gosta tanto, usa tanto essa porra?
Stand
Só porque ela dá um tiro, aí você...
Ill tidings
Você dá um tiro, aí a... Aí a Kafka dá... Você dá um ataque básico, aí a Kafka atira.
Some value I can.
Say
E
bye
nem é
to
com todo
breathing.
mundo, é só com a... Cisne negro, né?
Relax.
Olha lá.
Truth. Everything in this world is bleeding. Ill fate descends.
Memories up beneath the waters lies an endless abyss. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Destiny isn't. Stand still.
There's more to life. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Implementation.
Be of your body and mind.
Tô vendo nada demais nesse time, papo reto. Por que o pessoal gosta tanto desse time?
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom. Memories are ever
Ah,
changing.
não é possível que eu vou usar
Beneath the
pra
waters
um.
lies an endless abyss.
Some value, I suppose.
Relax. What do you want to know? Ill tidings manifest.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
O que é essa merdinha em cima deles? Toxicidade.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Ah, entendi agora.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem.
Stand still.
There's more to life.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Entendi agora.
Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss. May as well kill them all.
Be of your body and mind.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
truth, everything in this world is bleeding. Some value,
Agora
I
eu entendi
suppose.
esse time aqui.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Mission failed.
Agora eu entendi porque que esse pessoal gosta desse time, pô. Caralho. Ué. Quando o inimigo alvo recebe dano fatal, ele não é derrotado a entrar no estado de morte falsa. Cadê minha tribo? Aqui. Vou usar a tribo dos outros não, a tribo dos outros é fraca. Sou mais a minha.
What's the matter? Insanity!
Helpless as ever. Expand your thinking.
Ah, caralho, ó. Não vou iniciar não.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly.
Ai.
I'm just a frail. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things. To the soul, insanity.
Open sesame. Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a void.
Morra. Fácil demais.
Yeah.
Não, calma aí. Ah, vai, continuar, não vou recuar não. Jogou errado, problema seu.
Never seen
Ninguém
perfection
mandou
before.
jogar errado não.
Expand your thinking.
It's coming. I the west wind. Away we go. Be of your body and mind.
Insanity! Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
The truth, everything in this world is bleeding.
Olha isso, viado, ele é ativo, ele coloca fraqueza em todos os inimigos, cara. Esse cara é muito brabo.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a void. I don't have time for it. Expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown.
Allow me to purge the roots of the bleeding. West wind. Away we go.
To the soul.
Underestimate. Overthink me.
Caralho, agora tem um chefe, hein, velho.
Never seen perfection before. Open sesame. Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a void. I don't have time for games. Expand your thinking. Watch it grow.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Yeah.
Insanity! Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Watch closely. It's coming. I the west wind. Away we go.
Helpless as ever. Open sesame. Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a void. Never seen perfection before. Expand.
Ué, de novo?
Glimpse the unknown.
The truth, everything in
Nossa,
this
de
world
novo, tá? Eu usei errado, foi mal.
is bleeding.
I don't have time.
coming? Like the west wind? Away we go! Yeah. Underestimating you is news.
I'm just a friend.
Morre logo. Olha. Agora sim, agora eu vou poder testar. Você, você e você.
Unite our goals.
Until everything burns to ashes!
Não, calma aí.
Have we
Fiz
met?
errado.
Share good fortunes. Grace and elegance. Existence is unity.
Like until everything burns to ashes!
Agora sim.
Fight to live! Allow me to purge the...
Dream vanished. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind. Dreams of a path. Let us dance once more.
Tome.
Time to cleanse the filth. Set the seas ablaze!
No holding back. Unite our goals.
Join the battle.
Grace and eternal.
Like until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live! Immerse yourself. Yeah. This is more than a
Cloud scattered.
The truth burns everything in this world. It's bleeding.
Merda, não tem um fuxo.
Dreams of a path. Let us dance once more. Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Be of your body and mind. I will claim set the seas ablaze!
1.490.490.
Dream vanished.
98.
Some value, I suppose.
Fight to live! May the foul stench just time to cleanse the filth. The truth burns everything in this world. It's bleeding.
No holding back. Share good fortunes. There's more to life. Existence is unity.
Eita porra, agora é de uma vez.
Rise to
Have
the
we met?
challenge.
Cloud scattered.
Let's sign more.
Spin away.
Some
The
value, I
truth
suppose.
everything in this world. It's bleeding.
Flesh wound.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Immerse yourself. Be of your body and mind.
For chivalry.
Dream vanished. Dreams of a... Let us dance once more.
Until everything burns to ashes!
É a mesma coisa de lá pra cá.
Allow me to put time to cleanse the filth.
No holding back. Unite our goals.
for everything in this world is bleeding.
Grace and elegant. Eternal.
This is more than a battle. Set the seas aflame!
Have we met? Clouds scattered. Dreams of a past life. Let us dance once more.
Yeah,
Rise to the challenge.
Firefly, fight! To land!
Every petal. All will be swept away by the wind. Dream vanished.
Be of your body and mind.
Flesh wound. Initiate cleanup. Detonate. For chivalry.
The truth, everything in this world is bleeding.
Tem a Lingisha. Dá um dano da porra. Pronto, fi, tudo. Evento finalizado. Nossa, mas olha o nick, olha o nome dessas porra, cara. Não quero ouvir o que vocês têm pra falar, não. Vocês não tem nem nome de gente. Vamos ver o que mais aqui. Vamos fazer logo tudo que tem que fazer. Que evento é esse aqui? É. Porra, isso aí era pra estar aqui então, cara. Missão de desbravamento. É, fi. Eu tenho umas missãozinhas aí pra fazer. Deixa eu ver uma coisa. Deixa eu ver se tem como melhorar ela. Só peça bosta. Essa aqui acho que não tem como melhorar, não. Isso aqui tem como melhorar, mas caralho. Já que essa velocidade tá uma merda mesmo, eu vou pegar, tirar essa velocidade e colocar em dano ou chance crítica. Porra. Olha isso, só tem bota ruim, viado. Eu vou colocar isso aqui no 10, cara. Acho que aqui eu vou colocar no 10 logo. Quer dizer, vou colocar isso aqui no 9.
Allow me to purge the bee of your body and mind.
Is it coming? Are you the West Wind? Let me go!
Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Yeah. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Curiosity? Endless riddle. Nothing but a point.
Time to cleanse the filth.
I'm just a frail skull. Insanity!
Ué, calma aí. Poxa, eu não tinha isso tudo não, cara. Vai, beleza então. Pôs aqui no 10. Nossa, eu preciso ganhar isso aqui. Eu consigo pegar 2 aqui, mas eu ainda não vou dar tiro nesse banner mais não, só no próximo. Tá, deixa eu ver se tem mais alguma missão. Não. Ah, então eu vou continuar a principal mesmo. Cadê?
Stay back. Don't come any closer. Don't come near me.
Why does he look so panicked? Did the black or is he actually scared of his own
There's no need to be alarmed. We're just passing by the area.
You have a point. While this might once have been the royal vault, it's since been plundered empty. So please go away right
You've misunderstood us. We simply heard your shouts as we were passing by.
My goodness. Did I really yell out loud? I'm sorry to have bothered you. I merely saw a warrior. While that spirit didn't haunt...
A warrior?
Wait a minute. You seem to be quite different from him.
It's a long story.
Thanatos?
Is it possible that he's also living in the era before death descended?
Death. Could it be that you are here to defeat the evil dragon Pollux?
Pollux. Is that the embodiment of No. Death?
According to the warriors under the Centurion's command, that evil dragon has been dead for quite a while. The curse that condemns people to death didn't originate from it. But they saw a girl within the dragon's embrace, and she is the true Reaper.
Pray tell, where is that girl right now?
Olha a cara de perplexa delas.
I've heard that the Queen spared no effort in bringing her back to the castle. Her Majesty intends to control all of Amphorius with this. As for whether this rumor is true...
You have my thanks for the invaluable... Please, treat this touch as a token of my...
Thank you.
Morreu.
This is his...
Morreu. Foi tocado por ela, morreu.
Then you granted him death? That isn't like you.
I did it out of sympathy, believing that I wouldn't be racked with agony.
Sympathy? Sympathy for that youth who tried...
That young man was favored by Talantin, who taught him a move that will defeat any mortal enemy with a single blow and emerge victorious every time. He could rely on that move to always achieve victory during Era Chrysia. However, now that death has descended upon...
You feel that he's similar to...
Yes. Since he can never be inferior to others in martial combat, that's why he approached me and pleaded.
You are perhaps feeling lost from making your peace with death.
I have not made peace with death. I've seen the people of Idonia stand tall and proud in the face of death. Even before the fated finale arrived, they had such proud expressions. Expressions that made me believe death would be an insult to these mortals. If the concept is truly a power, perhaps death's authority was never meant to exist in this world.
I won't refute your beliefs for now, but would you be interested in listening to a story of mine?
Ué, calma aí um minuto. Oxi.
It's a fairy tale from foreign lands A tale told by the Queen of Styxia.
What? Wait a minute. That means the girl born in the dragon's embrace, the personification of death these souls talked about. That's you, Cass?
I've already had an inkling for a while now. My memories only begin after Amunet brought me to Idonia.
Don't look back. Keep moving forward. Always.
It's yet another eulogistic butterfly. Are we...
Oh, this is...
Living ones?
Vou explorar aqui primeiro, vamos ver o que eu acho. Ah, não achei nada legal aqui não. Eu não quero lutar com esses caras não, bicho.
Oh, could you be the scions of Styxia?
Perda de tempo.
Did you hear about the great work that I'm doing here? And have thus arrived to give me the last material that I need for transmutation?
Great work?
Have you heard of the great name of Pollux, perchance?
Pollux é o dragão dela, pô.
You have? Then that's good. During the age of myth, a time likely before your birth, I was the unsurpassed zenith of alchemy that none could reach. On the shoals of the river of
But didn't that dragon already bring death?
Oh? Looks like you don't know the whole picture. Well, it's true that the missing girl can grant death to mortals. Pollux, the one who delivered her onto this world, makes it so that humankind...
So... it's just as I feared. This is my guess. The deceased are supposed to drift down the River of Souls until they reach the end of the West Winds.
That's right. That's why it's imperative that I bring the dragon back to the mortal realm and make it soar the skies again. I have longed. That final ingredient, the final sacrifice, is none other than the girl.
Huh? What's going on? You didn't touch him, did you?
I know that I am no longer capable of carrying out that task.
This...
We had been inebriated in Fagusa's feast for too long before we began to seek divine bestowed. Instead of summoning a supreme god, we encountered a monster that cut off the River of Souls, unable to rest in peace. These departed spirits engulfed Styxia like a roaring tide. As a result, my city and its people no longer exist. That child is the only person whom I managed to save. Born within the evil dragon's abdomen, she has possessed the talent of death since her birth. Please, you must nurture her to adulthood. I promise that I will care for her as a mother. That I will protect her. By Fagusa above, as her mother. Please bless this child with a name. Oh, like how a transient raven butterfly, Castoris.
That's... where my name comes from?
The sound's back. What is making that ruckus?
Living ones, don't waste your time bickering. The Netherrealm's wrath is falling upon you.
Black Tide Creations. When did they miss? Please fight them with caution.
Vai,
Be
bora.
careful not to suffer the same fate as those black.
Everyone, hide behind me. Be of your body and mine.
Ah, só perder meu tempo aqui com esses cara fraquinhos.
Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things. To the soul.
Oh, there's so many of them. Now how are we holding up?
The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
To the soul. Insanity. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Get it together.
Ah, vai, acaba logo com essa.
Nothing but a boy.
Here. Our souls.
Já tem mais.
Feast of strife. On their triumphant return.
Ué, esse cara saiu do nada, bicho.
You?
Lord Mighty? Lord Mighty. You've been through some tough battle.
Esquipei.
Black tide is endless. I will find my path of return and go back.
Lord Mighty.
Engraçadão, esse cara é de fogo e o elemento dele é imaginário. Nada a
Why
ver.
does death reject you?
I'm the one resisting it. I'll go against the current and kill. That is my destiny.
It seems like he's completely focused on resisting the temptation of the dead's whispers. It seems his battlefield. Lord Mighty, are you willing to travel with us? We're headed for the Matrix inside that tower to summon Thanatos from their prolonged concealment.
The challenge.
That's right. If we can work together and defeat them, you won't have to be troubled by the curse of immortality.
Let the person who has brushed against death countless.
Cass, are you sure you want to do this?
I'm not afraid. Rather than standing still, taking action is by far the better option.
Acabar com isso aqui logo rápido.
Stream forth.
Não, aqui não. Dá pra subir aqui. Beleza. Bora, meu irmão, devolve logo esse baú aí. Brinca muito. paisagem bonita, hein? Aqui não dá não, pra ir não.
Who came up with this? Seriously, go rewrite it. Ah, you want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
Please calm down. If you were to fall into the icy cold river of souls, I'm afraid that you really would die here.
If I was more powerful, I would be able to carry. The Rune of Recollection is here. Oh, could it be in that collapsed tower in the it's still up to me to step up in a crisis. Wait here. Just shout for me when you need my help. Got it. Just leave it to me.
Ô louco.
Mem did it.
The pink squirrel is very smart.
Why am I a squirrel now?
Opa,
The Miracle's
beleza.
range is limited. Please come a little closer.
Ó, que da hora.
Aren't I a good fit for Ornyx's priest?
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever. The alchemical matrix should be behind this door.
Pera aí, acho que eu consigo... Não, imaginei. Aqui não dá mais não.
Is that...
Wow, there are so many of you! It's little Cass and little Gray. Oh, there's also little D and the big Trian. Aren't you? Get what? I'm getting even more.
This is the first.
It really... Just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way. I'm also unable to sense the aura of the living on Lady Trian.
Yup, you're right. Trian already knows that she'll not be able to return to everyone's side. But Trian believed that little Cass would eventually return to the Netherrealm. So, Trian has been standing here, at this spot closest to the world of the living, and wait.
Oh, it must have been very tough for you.
But according to what Trian said, we're almost at the entrance of the Netherrealm. Trian promised Trevi and Trinan that when little Cass got here, Trian would get the gift ready and be the first person. So, little Cass, don't cry.
Que triste, ela morreu também.
Finished it.
This is what Lady Treeby once mentioned. The gift for me. That you didn't manage to finish.
The Holy Maiden of Janus. Even when separated by life and death.
Trian spent a lot of time drawing this. Trian hopes that little Cass likes it.
Seriously? It's seriously a wonderful drawing. Lady Trian.
Little Cass, we don't know what your journey was like before. Trevi has always said that it must have been a very harsh and frightening journey. But little Cass no longer has anything to fear now. Because everyone is here with you in this flame-chased journey!
Only now, when I see Lady Trian's gift, do I realize that I've already obtained so many things I would never have dared to dream of. It's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I picked up the hobbies of crafting and photography. The first time I had dinner with someone else. The first time I went to the market to... The first time I wore a dress personally made by Lady Aglaya. The first time I went for a walk with Lady Treby. Lady Trianne. Looking back at all these experiences I never thought were possible. It feels as though the scales of my life had shrunk from century... I took countless photos in the past, but they're all black and white landscapes. If I had known, I would have...
Que triste. Ah.
Trianne says yes! Trianne likes little Cass and would love to take a...
Sadly, being departed souls, our images cannot be captured in the world.
I thought so too.
What? Are we seriously going to leave any room for regret?
There won't be any regrets. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Little Cass smiled. Treby, Trinan, and Trianne's wishes finally come true!
I remember you once said that fate is not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but where people tread beyond the gate. Thank you for bringing me the final key.
Key? Little Cass, why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Miss's life.
Wow, that's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely! Little Cass, little Gray, everyone, see you tomorrow!
Lady Trianne.
Olha, até a Cyper tá ali no fundo.
The aura of this place. We have indeed reached the end of the stream of souls. If I go any further, I might lose myself. I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living. I seek not to enter the door to the nether realm. Castorus, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
I have yet to make my decision, Lord Mighty.
No matter. Make the choice your heart does. I will continue to fight till I die. Then
Ah,
rise
bota que você
from
já tá,
death.
fi.
There is one more thing.
What is it?
Professor Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova. You and I may be reincarnated as strife and death in the next cycle.
I see.
Is that all? Are you going to accept such a fate without complaints?
Do you have a strategy to shatter the shackles of our fate?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters.
control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Thank you, Lord Mighty. I will find the right decision.
In the name of strife, may you meet a fitting end.
This must be the
Eu acho que ela vai lutar com o
alchemical
dragão
matrix
dele, hein?
mentioned.
Dragão dela, no caso.
We need to insert Aquila's sky, Giorios' earth, Kefali's fire, Fagusa's ocean, and Nestia's love.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up her mind. In that case, seamstress, I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather precious.
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please, follow your heart. By the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Casterus, please, live as a human, and die as one.
According to that alchemist, the final piece is supposed to be me. However, he is not privy to the past, and therefore cannot see the full picture.
The past?
I saw the twins of death in Kefali's memory, and now I am certain that I was one of them. The trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. I died during that trial, falling before the gate to the new world. She was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, it also means she has never revealed herself to anyone, hidden away from the entire. That's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything.
You mean Pollux?
That's right. The River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be blocked by ordinary means. Only a divine corpse, and that's why
Tô falando, ela vai lutar
we have to
com o dragão
awaken
dela,
Pollux
certeza.
from death before we can retrieve the core flame of. We have to reforge its body with the power of alchemy.
But Cass, if that alchemist speaks the truth, does that mean you're also part of the dragon body?
According to those departed spirits, I was indeed born as the dragon's twin. But before we talk about that, have you... No, not from me. The sounds that...
I heard them too.
I think it's probably the sign of They must have realized how heavy a price they'd need to pay when they used their divine authority to resurrect a dead woman. That's why they exerted every ounce of their strength to send me to Styxia. They never saw their wish fulfilled and fell so prematurely, all because they wanted to give me a new life. That wish is the reason Pollux's soul still lingers in the mortal realm, even after their fall. Quietly watching and
So instead of picking up objects on the way here,
we were instead showing things to a strand of yearning that lingers here. Now, we must weave these yearnings together and restore them into Pollux's complete soul.
but all of this is just a hypothesis, right? What if we go through with the ritual and it turns out totally different?
That's fine. As Professor Anaxa often reminds us, such is the nature of alchemy. The true outcome can only be known once the process is complete. Now, the puzzle of Pollux's yearnings is nearly complete, With only one final piece remaining, I shall reveal what they have been yearning to know in the alchemical matrix. I will show them my whole— Lady Trianne has already drawn a picture of my entire life. And
Maravilha. Ah, desenhozinho lá. Beleza. Tem mais alguma coisa aqui? Tem não, né? Tem não.
then, let the ritual begin.
Rapaz.
And now, the objective is complete. That is all. Such is what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. And now, Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. Perhaps you will be disturbed by this, but if even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, then please, look at me. I wish Lady Almanette.
Did she recognize you? Oh, she must be the first soul we can communicate.
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. Please, go on. I'm listening.
Yes. You're just as smart as I imagined.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look.
The world?
I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Casterus. But you no longer need to hide that story. I can assure you that you have—
Well, in that case, Styxia, the pearl of the ocean, plagued by unwarranted calamity, and from where you stand now, I suppose that's a bit hard to believe.
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the era Chrysia, blessed with eternal life, could ever yearn for death.
I have pondered the same question.
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. But I still can't take that as the final answer. What a world—
I take it the one who spoke this line was a general, or perhaps a warrior. I, however, did find some inspiration in these words. Would you
Please enlighten me, Lady Almanette. Though I have already made up my mind on how to handle the
História longa da porra,
and
hein?
core flame of death. Your words might truly guide me toward the path forward.
You and I are neither warriors nor generals. But what if I reframe it like this? What if love is not a trait bestowed upon mortals by Nestia, but a blessing?
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. For all the good things in the world can be revisited endlessly. The so-called era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. People did not truly live. They simply existed. Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death not out of fascination with its cruel and fearsome side, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the impulses and desires tied to a finite existence.
Therefore, death is not a thing of fear and desperation, but...
That's right, Casterus. It is the reason we shed tears when parting ways, and also the original spark that ignited the passion of mortals. If you truly intend to deprive the world of death, then be prepared to witness it return to a state of stagnation.
I understand, Lady Amunet. Our limited lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Death Titan has the right to take that away from humankind again. Nestia's love was the chrysalis of Gold's first blessing, but it most likely wasn't understood by mankind. We only learned to interpret this wonderful gift after Thanatos' arrival. If the world was bereft of death, then the Queen of Styxia wouldn't have played midwife in delivering me into this world. You wouldn't have welcomed me into Idonia, and Aglaya would never have invited me to join the Flame Chase journey. None of these stories would ever have happened, and I would never have lived, let alone found happiness. Thank you, Mother.
Oxe, voltei. É a mãe dela? Que porra é essa?
I will use all the love I've experienced in this long life
Ah, a mulher que criou
to
ela.
complete the
Entendi.
final miracle. My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee.
Agora vai invocar o dragão, ó.
Dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace.
Aí, pronto. Olha desesperada.
It's coming. I go the west way. Away we go!
Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone? Or will you show yourself again once we eradicate this hatred and regret?
Putz, faltou perícia pra ela.
The truth for everything in this world is bleeding.
Esse time aqui come muita perícia.
And I know you're anxious.
Ah, beleza.
Don't be afraid.
To the soul.
I don't have time for games.
Precisa ativar a perícia da trilha.
Delivering more.
Curiosity, endless riddle. Nothing but a boy. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
There's no more need to weep in grief. I will grant you peace. Yes, it's me. I'm back.
Caralho, não. Olha isso aqui, velho. O dragão tá dentro do ovo ainda. Tá só o corpo dele só de fora, a cabeça toda enfiada lá dentro. Que porra é essa?
Feeling tired already? You require of your body and mind.
Insanity!
Be careful. They may be moving by instinct, but there is fury welling up within them. True. Everything in this world is bleeding.
I'm just a frail scholar. To the soul. Insanity!
Please. Don't turn back to the nether realm.
Que animação feia da porra, velho.
Oh, death. Sleep in peace. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help of many people, I was finally able to pick up these broken fragments of my past. I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted. But I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm, just like you did in the past. Please take me to where the core flame of death rests. I'll be going now. They may look scary, but as long
Vai desmaiar.
What's wrong? Are you...
What's wrong with her?
Her time is almost up. If I don't go now, I'm afraid her soul will return to Thanatos' embrace before me.
What? Oh no. Is there anything we can do?
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam the Earth again. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return.
Alright. I'm the best at taking it. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets.
It's a deal then. Please. Wait. wait for me.
After all that, you still ended up back here.
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really is a sea of flowers.
Yes.
Porra, tem uma merda de um cachorro latindo aqui, viado.
Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Is that you, Plexia?
Do you remember?
I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before during an experiment.
I see. Call me Thanatos, then. It'll be easier. However, since you recognize the name, you must already know.
Yes. I'm here to reforge the order of life and death in Amphorius.
You know, my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she would avoid eye contact. Just like what you are doing now.
Can you tell me about the last Era Nova? What did you do, Plexia?
Where should I begin? A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins. As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god of but fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life of a family member with our own hands.
That trial was indeed recorded.
Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life. So that I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair. So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered the forbidden bottom line. I reshaped my sister's soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her up the River of Souls and back into the mortal realm. But our fates were already decided and manifested in unexpected ways in response to my futile actions. Aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. When the living die, their souls will meet Thanatos, who would determine where every soul goes. If the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected by the Netherrealm and returned to the mortal realm to continue walking the earth.
That's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment and not embrace another being.
Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands, but they were split in twain when we reached the mortal realm, never to touch each other ever again. The half of Thanatos that represents life, the undying human who grants death, that was the curse I forced upon you.
Then, what about you?
As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. I died the moment I entered the world of the living. From then on, my Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle of life and death stopped. Souls were denied their audience with death, and were left stranded within an ever-rising river of the dead. What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world a fate far worse than death instead. Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring an endless loneliness.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even so, we arrived at the same destination. We walked different paths, yet experienced the same pain.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good life in this cycle. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't go to waste. As far as I'm concerned.
Even though I forced the authority of granting death to humanity upon you, a total stranger.
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. I was once lost, even upset. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have understood the source of these emotions, nor would I have realized my purpose. I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. And we wouldn't be discussing our past while sharing the same view of this landscape. I wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
The meaning of our existence.
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. Yes, that's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will. Nor can the hand of shadow determine a person's remaining days. Because the life and death of mortals should never be dictated by another's will.
Are you saying there's no point in Thanatos' existence?
No. No single being can bear the scales of life and death on their own. Not even a god. Life and death weigh equally heavy. We both know that now.
You, too, must have had a difficult life. We've taken quite the ridiculous journey together, haven't we? I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw this seemingly endless fate to a close. It's been far too long. I've waited here for centuries, watching day after day as desperate spirits are denied by this lonely wasteland. I always hoped I would see you among them, but I was also afraid of seeing you. I didn't know how I could possibly face you again. But more than anything, I was afraid.
I know. But don't you see, Polixia? I made it back anyway. You don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. It was always meant to be held in two hands anyway. So, let's give our core flame to her, and have her take it back to the mortal realm. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. Let's tend the field together, and create a warm sea of flowers for all. What do you think, Polixia?
Yes, just one last step. You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold by the prophecy, Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to wield. As the Chrysos heir of death, as their demigod, as a titan, our fated moment has arrived once again.
Just like before.
Yes, just like before, but unlike that time,
The ones undergoing the trial this time are prepared.
You've made up your mind.
Yes, as dictated by fate. But I won't be afraid, as long as you're here with me. Complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death, and light the spark of life ablaze. You've been tempered by life and death. I know you'll be able to give this wasteland its first breath of life. Like a raven butterfly, flying swiftly into the Netherrealm, perching on the twig of death.
I will. After this, I will remain permanently in the Netherrealm. The River of Souls shall return here and rain down from the sky. The cycle of life and death will flow once again. The sea of flowers you sowed shall bear countless joyous or sorrowful souls, and bloom evermore.
Just one last thing.
Of course. What is it?
Please.
I promise you, when we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my arms. Just like what I did when we were born.
Casterus, you're as beautiful as...
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, the 15th entry hour is already at hand. When this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scales of life and death. Are you ready?
No need to ask so many times. Of course I am.
Then why do you drag your feet? Is your fear of crowds holding you back again?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying attention to conceited fools like them would be an utter waste of my time.
Such harsh words. As I see it, you are no less arrogant than they are.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh. I did not expect to hear that from you.
I know myself better than you think I do. At the very least, better than a stowaway like you.
And they say men whose ends are nigh have but kind words. Well, that is exactly why...
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me? And how...
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer. Do you recall where we stopped the last...
You were saying that Amphorius's history is cyclical.
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one they left this world, leaving only the twins, who are fated to succeed death. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Nikador and Naias, act as supporting evidence. I can only come up with a rough sketch for my theory of a cyclical history. For all the pains I took to reach this point, I had already lost hope of ever obtaining definitive proof. After all, the past is in the past. Proving that we are the legacies of heroes of the past is a hopeless endeavor. That is, until I met a girl named Polixia and her sister. If Castoris was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons, then having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot, she will no doubt be the link to connect all of this together. If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hypothesis will no longer be just a hypothesis. And you too will get the answer to your question.
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure? If there is even the slightest error in your hypothesis, the girl will be shattered.
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess is foolhardiness. If you are overly cautious, then you'll never have the gumption to make the... Besides, I, Anaxagoras, am destined to overturn this farcical world. Come, let us go and teach those pathetic worms.
Pô, eu tenho que jogar com a Anaxa em vez de usar meu Anaxa. Ué. Eu não posso colocar o meu não? Qual é a diferença? Oxi. Por que a Robin tá aqui?
Stop saying weird things.
Que viagem, mano.
Fine. So...
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this terrible war hear you. Let them hear the voices of the people!
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly would serve no purpose.
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the fate of the world to an assembly like this?
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right decision in entrusting the fate of the world to you?
Nothing ever escapes you.
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only take 4 years to graduate, if I recall.
To tell the truth, I feel like I'm on my way to an execution chamber instead of a podium. So, do you have an answer to that question?
No, I don't.
I thought so.
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place. Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. That is a question that woman must answer herself. Why are you fretting about this on her behalf? Or have you been... Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. What should I do to ensure that the world doesn't stray from the correct path? That is what you should be thinking about. You still have time, so give it some thought. Oh, and don't bother telling me the answer. Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Thank you, Professor.
That's
Who?
That'll depend on how well you perform.